Well, you caught me kind of dancing to the music. Well, good morning and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus, where we're going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together, putting on a makeup, maybe learning some new things, and then memorizing a scripture verse together. And then you'll have all week long to work on that verse until we meet again next week. So let's talk about our foundation verse for this podcast. So foundation verse for this podcast is, I have hidden your word in my heart, thump, thump, that I might not sin against you. Psalm 119 verse 11. Let me just tell you, there's a whole lot of music going to be in today's podcast. I'll try to not make them all be so dorky, but there you go. All right, so last week we worked on verse in Psalm. We're going to be staying in Psalm again this week. So, well, actually, before we get to that, let me just tell you where all of our verses are going to be coming from. That's all coming from the Word and Color coloring book. And you'll be seeing, let me just show you, like this week, our picture is this one right here. So love that we get to journal and color through. So I tried something new this past week. I don't know that I've actually put it up yet, but I did a time-lapse video of coloring my page. I thought that was super fun. So hope you enjoy it too. Okay, now let me get that down for you. And we're going to talk about our verse that we memorized last week. So last week our verse was, the Lord my God is my light in the darkness. Psalm 18:28. And then this week we're going to be staying in Psalm. But this is, the Lord is my light and my salvation, Psalm 27:1. If you're not familiar with that verse, I would encourage you, go read the whole totality of Psalm 27. It's amazing. So this comes from one of my favorite songs from William Murphy. The Lord is my light and salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I be afraid? Okay, I just can't do it justice. So go to YouTube. Actually, I'll put it in the show notes. Go to YouTube, check out that song. It's absolutely amazing. I think you're going to love it. Else I wouldn't have told you about it. So let's get that scrolling across the bottom of the screen there. And actually, if you watch, I'll try to get the live link of that up there because I just love the guest singer that he has coming on with him there. So, okay. So today, our theme is going to be the unboxing of the chocolates from Juvia's Place. So, you know, I'm like a Juvia's Place addict, and this is not necessarily a new palette. It's just new to me. So we're going to be doing an unboxing of that and playing around with some neutrals today. I know, hold on to yourself. We're doing some neutrals. All right, so let's just get started with our face because we need to get ready. So this is where we've got the beauty on the outside part. On the bottom of your screen, you've got scrolling the Bible verse. That's our beauty on the inside part. All right, so we're going to start out with the Urban Decay All-Nighter Face Primer. And literally one pump of this, going to do your whole face. So you're going to get that between your fingers there. And any place where you've got uneven texture, where maybe your foundation doesn't, stick, maybe you get a little separation, that's where this bad boy goes. So for me, I got a little texture issue going on under the eye, a little sticky issue going on up there, a little sticking issue going on there, along with some poor texture issues. So just any place you need it to smooth out and to stick better, that's where this is going to go. You don't need anything fancy for this. This is just a finger application. And yes, you should be going up with this. And you don't really need to rub that in too hard. You're just kind of letting it sit on the surface there. All right. So then we are going to move on to our concealer. This is going to be the Bye Bye Under Eye from IT Cosmetics. I am the shade 11 Light Nude. You need to find a shade that's 1 to 2 shades lighter than what your foundation is. You need a little help, come see me at our store in Midlothian. Well, maybe not this week because I'm on vacation. I know. I love you so much. I'm coming to you on my vacation. All right. And so one pump of this, one little line of this, about like that. Just a nice little skinny line. That is going to do everything that you need. So any place that you have hyperpigmentation, maybe you have darkness under your eyes, redness, anything that you need to conceal, acne scarring, this is going to be your best friend. So we're just going to tap that on using our middle finger so we cannot apply too much pressure. Got a little redness happening here. A little darkness happening there. A little this, a little that. All right, we're going to let that set for just a second to warm up to our body temperature so it's a little easier to blend out. And I hope that you had a wonderful week last week. I so enjoyed the coloring page. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's the swirlies or something, kind of that paisley thing, but I really enjoyed the coloring page on this last one. All right, so we're going to be using the Real Techniques. This is the number 213. I think it's called All Over Face Brush or something like that. And this is going to be what we blend it out with. The end of that has that nice little curve works really good there in the inner corner of the eye. Kind of using that concealer as a primer there. No need to put too much pressure. All we're trying to do is blend it out nicely. All right. Then we are going to move to our foundation. For me, that is going to be the Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wearing Foundation. I am in the shade 185, I believe. Yeah, 185. So remember, with the Fenty, you got to give it a few shakes to let it all kind of mix up together. Okay, that may be more shakes than you need. For this one, because of the brush that I'm using, I'm actually going to give myself a couple of, well, more than that. A couple of pumps on the back of my hand, and then I'll just be kind of taking the brush into that. All right. Just going to start out in the center. Kind of a dabbing, blurring motion there. Right up to that concealer. Don't forget the corner of your nose there. This foundation does really well with combination skin. I mean, I think you could really use it with any skin type, but it does really well with combo skin. Doesn't dry out the dry parts, doesn't agitate and oily the new. I believe this one is under just a soft matte finish. So it's just kind of the best of both worlds. All right, we're just gonna get that hair out the way. Get the forehead all the way up to that hairline. Just getting in a little closer. All right. Making sure I wipe off the back of that hand, lest I end up with that on my lap or something. We are going to set that with the Lancome Long Time No Shine. This has a little puff that comes in it. So you want to take the puff out, put the cap back on, tip it upside down, give it a couple taps. And then your fingers are just going to slide into that puff. And then you just tap it in there. And this one's kind of getting near the end, so I might need to tip that upside down again. We'll see what happens. I like to start under the eye area. If you have younger skin, that may not be so important that you start there, but I'm trying to nip in the bud any of that foundation setting into the fine lines and wrinkles there. And then we're just going to follow the face around the way that we put the foundation on. There's absolutely no magic to this order though, so go around your face however you want to. And looks like my powder's kind of fighting me this morning, so let me go that for a third time. There we go. I'm going to need some for the forehead. There we are. Okay. I think my powder needed some coffee this morning. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. I heard some dinging over here. I forgot to open the chat window. There you go. Okay. So now we've got that open. You know me. I'm probably not going to text you back, but ask your questions in there, and I will get your questions answered as we go along. And good morning. Nice to see you with us. Okay, so we are going to move on to some contouring now. So we are going to start out with the NARS. This is the Laguna 2, just a beautiful, nice, kind of a hybrid between a warm and a cool. I know that seems kind of an oxymoron, but that's what's doing. So we're using the brush is It Cosmetics, a dual-ended foundation brush. We're going to use this end for the bronzer. We're going to use this end for the highlighter. So I'm going to start out here with the flat side of the brush. And just above where that, the in part of your cheek is, just above where that is, we're going to accentuate that cheekbone. If you have very little cheekbone like I do, we're going to make it look like you got more than you do. Yay! This is great for those round face people like myself. You got enough cheekbones? Bless your heart. Gonna go up against the hairline. Now we're gonna use the side of the brush. Come in just under that jawline. And we want to hit it where the natural jawline is. So that's why you don't see me smile or anything where you're kind of lifting it up. We want it to be actually where it is. So keep your face neutral as you do that. Okay, still using the side. We're going to chisel out our nose here. Fantastic. Now we're going to move to our highlighter. This is a Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin, well, actually Extra Dimension Skin Finish from MAC in the shade Double Gleam. Now we're going to be using this fluffy end of the brush. And we're going to hit the very top of those cheekbones and right up next to that brow there. Making sure we hit especially that Cupid's bow there. All right. Set that brush aside. Grab an all-purpose brush blush. We're using the Juvia's Place. This is the volume 4. Because we're doing neutrals today, I don't want to like totally wash out my face. So I'm going to actually be using this top one here. These are very pigmented, so you literally just tap and you have enough on there. We're going to go right in between where the bronzer and the highlighter was, and then up that temple. One little tap up on the forehead, bring that down just a little. You do not need to add any more. You can just use what's left on your brush to hit the tip of your nose and that chin. And now we have finished our contouring. So let's look at the verse that's scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Sing it or say it, your choice. The Lord is my light and my salvation, Psalm 27:1. All right, we are going to move on to our lips, which you know is one of my favorite attributes of the face. We're going to starting with our lip liner. This is the Juvia's Place Luxe Liner in Coffee Bean. I know we're going to be playing with chocolates, but what is better than coffee and chocolate together? Okay. So this is just a nice kind of a chunky lip liner. There we go. We're going to start out with the center of the Cupid's bow. And then work our way around. Really straddling on that edge of that lip line. And now we're going to come just inside that line with just a little bit less pressure and give a little. There you go. This will help your lipstick to wear a little bit better. And then also just kind of bolster that color and give you that nice outside edge without having like that lip liner line. Take a step back, make sure you like the shape you just created. There we go, much more even. All right. And now we're going to move to the lipsticks. Today we're going to be using two different matte ones. So the first one I'm going to be using is the Saint Germain, and that one's actually, no, just kidding. Antique Velvet will be the first one. That one is a matte lipstick. And then once we've got that on, we're going to add just a smidge of color with the Saint Germain, which is a amplified cream. You could go ahead and just do the Antique Velvet on the outside, leave some void in the center, and do the Saint Germain. That's going to add a little more to pink than what I'm trying to do today. So I'll be using it over the top. So we're going to start out with that beautiful, luscious chocolate color. Seriously, that's such a beautiful color. I almost want to lick my lips, except it doesn't taste like chocolate. That's beautiful. So we could just leave it like that, but you know, I'm not one to leave things well enough alone. So we're going to take that amplified cream and we're going to put it in the center right on the top of this. And it's just going to lift that color a little bit and give us a little bit of an ombre. See, just a smidge. Just gives you an extra little bit of dimension there. All right, so now the unboxing of the chocolates. So I have been admiring this palette for a while, and this Juvia's Place had a wonderful sale during our fall haul, and I just could not help myself. So here we go. Okay. You ready for this deliciousness? That is just beautiful. So for today, actually, okay, so this is the lightest shade in here. And for some skin tones, this will be absolutely perfect for right up on the top of the brow. For me, that's going to be a little bit dark. So I'm actually going to use the MAC highlighter up here so that I've got kind of a natural skin color up here. And then I think we're going to be living in, let's do this one, and this one. These actually don't have names. Okay, so we're going to go here, here, and here. And then just in case I've got the Urban Decay blackout, we'll see what happens if I need that level of intensity or whatever on the outside edge. Okay, so we are going to start out with our all over shadow brush, which is actually a concealer brush. And we're going to grab our MAC highlighter that we used. And you're just going to give that a couple of swipes, and we're just going to put that right up here. And my opinion is, if you can use it on your face, you can use it on your face. So this may not be as good as some things for blending, but it's a really pretty color. And it'll also give us a little continuity with the other colors on our face. All right, there we go. And now we are going to get a shadow brush. We are having the changing of the seasons here in the Dallas area. So pardon me as I have to tap my eyes from time to time. So we're going to start out with this color right here. All over shadow brush. And we're just going to put that all over the lid here. And that's going to go about 2/3, 3/4 of the way up. If you have hooded eyes like I do, you can go a little bit farther up. If you don't, and God gave you wonderful eye shape and your eyes are big, you can just go about 2/3. And we're just going to blend that up nicely into there. That is correct. We are going to be blending more, so it's not really so important that you blend out too much right now. That is right. So we are going to grab our angled brush. Got you a little bit of an angle there, and we're going to be using this edge here. And to start out with, we're going to be in this color right here. So just drag that brush just like that through that shadow. You don't want to load too much on it. Better to start out with a little than too much. We don't need a whole lot of fallout on the face. All right, so we're going to go right where you can feel your brow bone right there. Or I guess it's your eye socket. Anyways, you're going to go right there to where that bone ends and then up above it. And this one's not too noticeable, but we will use this when we blend out. Okay, and then we're going to take it and come back in just a little. Giving us kind of a V shape right here. And then you will probably have a little bit of fallout, so get your sweeper. There we go. And we are going to take our liner brush. And now we're going to live here in this darker one. Liner brush, you're going to drag like this. So we just have it on the face of that brush right there. And right where that eye socket is, we are just going to draw a line right there. And then come from the corner and draw a line that meets up to it. And then right along the lash line, all the way to the center of the eye. Same thing on the other side. All right. Now we're going to kind of take the side of this brush and just lift it out. You're just going from that line and kind of flicking it up. All right, get your sweeper. For those of you that wear neutrals, I'm sure you're loving this, but to me, this is a lot of brown. All right, so we got some nice good chocolate. We've got some definition going on. So let's do two things. We're gonna add just a smidge of intensity. Let me show you the difference with the two eyes here. I mean, I'll do it on both of them, but let me just show you how that looks. So I'm gonna grab the Urban Decay. This is the blackout. And we've got a smudger brush. We're just gonna take the smudger brush and dip it a little there. And we're just gonna add it on the outside corner here. We're not going very far with it. Not going very dark with it. Just ever so slightly. See the difference? So much more depth and intensity over here. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just barely on that outside edge. Sweep that. It is amazing at how blue my eyes look with that brown shadow. Isn't that cool? All right, so we're gonna go back to that original shadow brush that we used on the light color, and we're just gonna make sure that that is all cleaned up. Just tap that out a little. We're gonna grab the angled brush that we used on that second color, and we're just gonna make sure that we've got it nice and blended out smooth on the top. And then we're going to look straight forward and make sure that you can see, for hooded eyes, you're going to make sure as you look forward that you can see that shadow up above that fold there. And looks like we're pretty good there. Looks like I've got to lift it just a little bit more on this side. There we go. Now, I think all of this is very pretty. But I think I need a little some pizzazz. So I'm going to be using the LA Girl. This is Frenzy, and this is just a glitter topper. So you're literally going to take the middle finger, tap it in, pick it up, and just set it on the top of that. Right where that lighter color was. Just going to give us a little pop today. Okay. You don't have to do this part. And you could use really any glitter topper you want. Just gives you a little fun. Okay, let me get all that glitter off the tip of my finger now. I know, I'm a mess. And we are going to set those brushes aside, and we are going to line our eyes now. So I'm using the Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian eyeliner in the color of Kajal, which is a black liner. This is a twist up. So we're going to start out with the outside edge here. And we're going to line it about halfway across. Same thing on the other side. And I see I've got a little glitter fallout, so sweep that away. Let me get my algae here so we can do the bottom. There we go. We're going to go about halfway across on the bottom. We are going to take our, oh, did I not grab it? I guess we'll be fine. All right, so with that in mind, let me go back to that Kajal liner. I accidentally did not grab my liquid liner, so that's fine. We're going to come about 3/4 of the way across with this then. All right. Now you're going to grab that liner brush. We're going to go back to our chocolates palette. And we are going to start in, we're going to use the darkest shade first, and then we're going to use this one on the inside. So flat side of the brush there. Just get a little bit of that shadow loaded. Right up next to that liner. Wipe off that brush, grab that lighter shade, and that's going to go to the inside. Now, if you are like me and you've used a glitter topper and you're now seeing glitter topper, grab your bullet. And your bullet can help you actually get that glitter topper out there. It's one of those, what do they call that? Is it Murphy's Law? Where if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. That's where glitter usually works. Where you don't want it to stick is where it sticks excellently. Okay, wiping off that tear. So let's do our brow while we are here. I am actually using the NYX Jumbo. This is in the color Cupcake. And I know this looks a little counterintuitive, but if you've got one of these and you don't know how to sharpen it, this is not a twist up or anything. You literally are putting this in here and sharpening it. That's how this bad boy sharpens. Although it feels like a plastic, it's actually sharpenable. So whatever lip product it is that you're using, you're going to use that to your brow product. You're going to use that to define your brows now. So for me, I'm just going to be following that brow trail around. If you need a good brow shape, or maybe you need a tutorial, you're not sure what products is right for you, come see my girl Olivia in Midlothian at our store, and she will totally walk you through and help you with that. Or if you prefer, you can come see. Now, she can't do the waxing or anything, but she can do a brow consultation with you. That would be Jordan, and that would be in our MAC area. So if you're a MAC user lover, go see Jordan. If you just have no clue and you need a waxing, go see Olivia. All right, we're gonna get that up and over. There we go. Now, I can see this one little thing going on here. Maybe it's just me, but see this little curl thing happening right here? Yep, nope. There we go. Love the velour tools. I know they're for lashes, but they work great for those little brow trims. Okay. And step back. Make sure you got your brows even. There we go. And get your cap back on before you forget what you have done. Okay, I am totally loving what is going on here. So we are going to add some eyelashes to our look here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put some mascara on our lashes. So if you don't want to wear false lashes, totally fine. You're going to do the mascara and then you'll be done with it. So I am using the Tarte Lash Curler and a little magnified mirror to help me make that happen. So we are going to get that right up to the lash line, but we're not going to pinch. Here, let me see. I think I can remember the verse. So we're going to say the verse while we're crimping the lashes. So here we go. I know you have all week to memorize it. Okay, so find your sweet spot and get ready to say that verse while we're doing it. You ready? Set, go. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Psalm 27:1. The Lord is my light and salvation. Psalm 27:1. I hope I just got that reference right for you. Here we go. Again, find your sweet spot on the other side. Okay, here we go. You ready? The Lord is my light and my salvation. Psalm 27:1. The Lord is my light and salvation. Psalm 27:1. I will literally be singing that song in my head all week long now. I haven't heard it in a minute, so excited about that. Okay. Now we're just going to give, for me, because I'm going to be doing the false lashes, I'm just going to give a light coat of mascara on here because we just need my lashes to be colored the same as the lashes we're putting on, which is a nice black, not my blonde. For you, you can do 2 or 3 coats of whatever your favorite mascara is. I am using the Monsieur Big in a waterproof because once I put it on, I did not want it to go anywhere. Okay, same thing on the other side. I do like that touch of pink on there. Okay. Now we're going to move to the bottom lashes. Now, obviously, these are not going to get any false lashes put on top of them. I mean, I've seen that done, but that's not what we're doing today. So on the bottom lashes, we're going to make sure that we give a good coat on those because there won't be anything going on top of them. Making sure we catch up on the underside. All right. And moving to the other side now. Swooping up on the bottom. All right. And I am seriously hoping that I can get my eye to stop watering long enough that we can get these beautiful lashes put on. So this is what I've got today. This is the Juvia's Place Nubian Lash. This is a Zaria. And then we are going to be using the iLure 18-hour glue. I do like the Juvia's Place glue in my experience, so it just kind of dried out a little bit fast. So great for 1 or 2 times, and then you're going to need another one. So while I love most things Juvia's Place, I didn't find the glue to be very good for the long run. Okay, so I'm using the Velour Lash tool. And I'm going to just grab the outside edge of that lash and remove it from the little tray. Something that I love about the Juvia's Place lashes is that they have these nice little reusable trays that come with them. So it makes them super convenient to store and to make sure they don't get messed up or that your cat gets hold of them. All right, so we're going to grab the edge of that and we're going to pick up that other one. I'm going to set that aside. We're going to grab the lash in the middle here, minus that. There you go. The Eyelure glue. These lashes have already been trimmed to fit. I've already worn these before, so I don't need to do that. If these are new and you do need to trim them, you're going to trim it from the outside edge. The Zarya is really easy to tell which is which because you've got a skinnier end on the inside and then a wider end on the outside. It is a flared lash. So we're going to use the paddle of this, and we're just going to add that adhesive on the top of that. And then also on the back side of that band. But we're going to take off that little drip that just happened. There we go. And we're going to pay special attention to the outer corners on the lashes. Set that one down. And then you can pick up the other one using your tool. And again, it looks like I got a little bit of a nub on this one. Let me just get that off. There we go. So again, pick that lash up in the middle. Adhesive is going to go on the top, making sure you're covering every inch of that. Well, partial inch, millimeter, centimeter. And then we're paying special attention to the outside edges. And we're going to set that one down. Now I have set these down on the table in front of me in like the direction of where they're going to go so I don't lose track of which one goes where. With flares, it's a little bit easier, but if what you're working with is not a flared lash, it could go wrong very fast. So I have put lashes on backwards before, and you just either you have to take them off and start all over again, or you just leave them and have a different look that day. So we're going to take the lash here. The glue is almost set. And we're just going to give that a second, kind of waving it, letting it dry. And then we're going to set that right in the center of the eye there. And we're going to walk around, touching that band to the lid. And then just keep walking around, making sure that your band has made good contact with your skin. And this end is just being a little ornery today. There we go. Use the end of the tool. Make sure your lashes are blended in with the false lashes. And once you feel like that has stuck nicely, you can move to the other eye. All right, so we've grabbed that in the middle as well. We're going to set that right in the center of that lid. Gotta love it. When your tool grabs your lash, just remove the adhesive that's on there. And here we go. Gonna do that in first. Let me come back around here and get this one. Okay. Just making sure we've got good contact with the eyelid there. Working our lashes into the lashes. And I see that I do have a little eye watering going on, so let's get that. That's always fun when that happens after you put your lash on. All right. Making sure that one has decided to stick for sure. All right. I'm going to dust off one more time. Wipe that one more time. Okay. So here we are. We have got a nice neutral chocolate eyeshadow look. Again, this look could be done with any, it took us 4 shades. We had a light shade, we had a, light est, and then a light, and we had a medium dark, and then a dark. And then I did use that blackout just to accentuate the outside edge a little bit. Don't have to do that, but you can. So you could do this look with any colors that you chose, blues, purples, doesn't matter. Could be accomplished with any colors. Just use those different levels of intensity for that. So now that we have got just about everything done here, we are going to set everything with our Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray. Give that a couple of shakes. Tip your head back. Move my hair. There we go. I'm gonna let that dry down for just a second because that was a good spray. And that is going to help everything to stay put and behave the way it was intended to. Because once you put it there, you want it to stay there, right? Right. Okay, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today on a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. It has been a joy to spend some time with you. So love to hang out with you this week, or better yet, come see me at the store in Midlothian. I'll be there back, I think on Wednesday is my first day back. So let's review our verses while we are closing out. So we're going to get that off the bottom of our screen here. And let's go back to our graphics. Okay, we are going to dip all the way back. I know we are on episode 33. I am so proud of you. You've been hanging with me this whole time and you've got these verses memorized. You know, maybe you can just see I know for me, I just see the graphic a little bit and it helps me remember the verse. So we're going to dive right in and take a look. Let me get that going for you. Okay, here we go. You ready? Episode 1. The grass withers and the flowers fall, but the word of the Lord endures forever. 1 Peter 24:25. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. God's grace is all you need. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. The Lord is my strength and my song. Exodus 15:2. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice. Is it and be glad in it? I'm not sure if it goes all that far. Psalm 118:24. The moon and the stars you set in place. And that comes from Psalm 8:3. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Psalm 34:8. There you go. And let us not grow weary in doing good. For in due season, if we do not give up, we will reap. Or maybe I got those words backwards. In due season, we will reap if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. I was close. Okay. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. Proverbs 31:25. Great is the Lord and most worthy of praise. Psalm 96:4. I have written your name on the palms of my hand. Isaiah 90. Oh my gosh, 49:16. Yeah, woo. All right, so we have this hope as an anchor for the soul, and that one comes from Hebrews 6:19. Hebrews 6. Okay, I can't read the graphic. It's the hope for anchor for the 6:19. Yes. Oh, I was right. Yay. Okay, now this one. Good luck. Here we go. Let's count this down. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is pure, whatever is just, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think on these things. Philippians 4:8. Okay, kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul. And that is from Proverbs 16:24. All right, then we're going to spend a couple weeks in Matthew. We've got be the light, and that is Matthew 5:16. Then we go back just a couple of verses. You are the salt of the earth, Matthew 5:13. Set your mind on things above, Colossians 3:2. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, Proverbs 3:5. The word of the Lord endures forever, 1 Peter 1:25. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, Joshua 24:15. Okay, where's our next one? Oh, there we go. Under his wings you will find refuge, and that's Psalm 91:4. Serve one another serve one another in love. There we go. Galatians 5:13. Blessed is the one who trusts the Lord. And that one, Jeremiah 17:7. Okay, one of my favorite ones. Pray more, worry less. Matthew 6:34. And I really like the graphic on this one. Act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God, Micah 6:8. Go watch the video of that verse. I really, really like that. I was very proud of that one. Okay, there will be showers of blessings. And that one comes from Ezekiel 34:26. He refreshes my soul, Psalm 23:3. Live a life filled with love, Ephesians 5:2. Be joyful in hope, Romans 12:12. Clothe yourselves with compassion, humility, kindness, gentleness, and patience, Colossians 3:12. I may have got the words out of order a little bit, but there you go. The last one that we did, the Lord my God lights up my darkness, Psalm 18:28. All right, and then this week we've got our verse. Let me get that one up there for you. The Lord is my light and my salvation, Psalm 27:1. And again, all of these verses are going to be coming from the Word in Color coloring book. So make sure you pick up your copy of that. If you do not have that already, that is definitely going to be something that you're going to want, because at the end of season 1, you will have this entire book colored and this beautiful pictorial display of all these verses that you have done. Also, if you're saving the graphics, it'll be a great way for you to, scroll through and look at the verse. I kind of use I have it saved in a photo album on my phone, and I kind of use it like flashcards when I have a little bit of downtime. It's also saved, that folder is saved as the wallpaper on my watch face. And so every time you flick your wrist up and down, you see those different verses too. So again, kind of like, when I'm at work and I'm not supposed to have my phone out playing with it, I can just flick my wrist on my watch and still be reviewing my memory verses. So there's just a little tidbit for you. Alrighty, so let's go back here and let me send you out with a blessing, and then we will pray out. So here we go. This is our verse. The Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his face toward you and give you peace. Father, I pray all those things for my friends this week, Father, that you would bless them and you would encourage them, that you would help them to hide these words in their heart so that they can have these easily accessible, Father, as part of their armor of God, to encourage and edify themselves, to encourage and edify others. Father, just that we would live with Scripture and it would be a part of who we are. Thank you so much for this time together and for this opportunity on such a wonderful platform as a podcast. Bless these people as they go throughout their week. Until next time, in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Mwah! It has been great to be with you. Y'all have a fantastic week.